levels. Maryborough's flood preparations are holding up as the Mary River heads towards a peak in the southeast Queensland city. With heavy rainfall in the catchment again last night and this morning, local authorities say there could be a second peak later this evening. About a dozen people left their homes and are staying with family and friends. The Mayor of the region, Councillor Mick Kruger, joins us on the phone. Mick Kruger, now when are the floods expected to peak?
Whitney, all the advice that we've received so far, it comes to fruition around 2 p.m. this afternoon. We're expecting it to peak. That's when the high tide will be in, and the majority of the water that's coming down from Gympie and Maryborough and Tyro will arrive here.
Do you sort of agree with the view that there may be a second peak later today?
Well, last night, those areas I've just mentioned received more heavy rain, and if that is the case, that's naturally got to arrive down at Maryborough, and that will be around 8 to 9 o'clock tonight. So we could have a peak around 2 and another one around 8 or 1 tonight.
Now, I can imagine this is a very tense situation. How is it affecting residents in the area?
Majority of residents, are safe. There is a small section along the banks of the Mary River in an area near South Street that were inundated yesterday afternoon and last night, and 3 houses had to be evacuated. Those people, though, they decided that they'd go to friends and relatives at that point of time, so we didn't have to set up an evacuation centre. But we are finding over in one of our suburbs, Granville, which is cut from the Maryborough CBD, that a lot of tourists who travel that way come through Maryborough are caught on that side of the road, and we have a club over there, a hockey club, that we're going to set up a temporary evacuation centre there for any of these people that requires accommodation.
Are you anticipating that you'll have to evacuate further residents from their homes?
There could be another anything up to half a dozen houses, where at the moment our officers are out there with the SES now identifying the ones that we believe that we may have to. There is a number of businesses that already have evacuated, and we don't expect any more businesses in the CBD to be evacuated.
All right, Mick Kruger, we'll have to leave it there. Thanks for your time today.
Yeah, thanks, Whitney. Bye.
All right, that was Mick Kruger. He's the mayor of the region in Maryborough near the Mary River there. And the ABC's Siobhan Berry flew over Maryborough in a helicopter a short time ago.
On the approach into Maryborough, we could see a lot of crops underwater. The Mary River does appear to have burst its banks. It's come right up into a whole lot of areas outside of Maryborough. There are huge parcels of land here that are underwater. Now, along the riverbank beside the town itself, it looks like there are some houses that are quite close to the water now. So residents there will be watching the water quite anxiously, I imagine. We have been told that this morning or just overnight and this morning about a dozen homes have been evacuated in some parts of the city. Now, other parts of town are being watched quite closely. There were some businesses that were expecting some floodwaters into their basements if the water got to a certain level. Now, yesterday it was predicted that the Mary River would peak today at 9 metres. That's been revised slightly. We're told it's now expected to peak at 8.4 metres at about 2 p.m. today.
While residents in the southeast are waiting to see if the water will rise, the central town